Hi, it's Jamie with JamiesArtsalaCartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. Hi, it's Jamie with JamiesArtsalaCartes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we have us a fun little project. So I'm going to make a set of onesies to celebrate like those first milestones of that first year. So here are some 0 to 3 months. Then we've got some that are 3 to 6 months. And then we have some that are 6 to 9, and then some that are at that 12. And then we have all this vinyl. Look at all this vinyl. Woo! We've got some vinyl to choose from. So the next thing we want to do is go over to Design Space and look at all the designs that we've gotten stored in our Design Space there in Cricut and see what we can use to create this lovely gift for our favorite little newborn. All right, meet you over at the computer. We'll begin by uploading the SVGs that we want to use into Design Space and then ultimately to our canvas. That way we can start manipulating those different designs. When I combine the graphics, I want to make sure that they cut as a single unit, and I also want to make sure that they're all the same color. That'll help make sure that they all cut as like one piece and they're all oriented the way that I need them to be. Alright, so now that I've got my decals chosen in Cricut, I'll decide what colors to go with what decals. And I'm going to try to use up, if I have a smaller piece, I'll try to use that up. So this one will actually go for Love You More. It's just about perfect. It's a little wide, but that's okay. Alright, that should be our decals, the basis for them. So it's time to take them over to the Cricut. So when I am using words in one of my decals, when I go over to make the project, I want to make sure that I mirror that project, that decal. That way it will not cut out backwards, right? And then also I want to make sure when I'm using that glitter vinyl that I put that glitter side down on that cutting mat. That way, again, it will cut out in the correct way and I won't have backwards words. Then once I have everything mirrored and I have all my decals over there on that cutting screen, I want to arrange them so that they're not all super close to each other, because they tend to make it harder to remove that background, right? So I want to give a little bit of space. And then I also want to position them so that I can match them up grid-wise on my cutting mat. So I have different colors, even though I have everything black. I want to use different colors when I cut those out. So I want to make sure, okay, I'm on line 5 on this side, or maybe I'm on line 32 if I'm on the right side. So I make sure that I put my placement where I can actually put my vinyl pieces. That will help me when I go to weed these all out. So once you've like doubled and triple checked your placements and make sure nothing's overlapping, like you'll see me do, so learn from my mistake. But once I make sure that that placement is just the way I want it, then I can actually hit the go and the cut, and I'm going to get everything loaded. And after you've done it a few times, you're going to be like, oh wow, this is taking forever. But the reality is it really doesn't take forever. So it does usually cut very quickly. All right, we're going to start weeding our different projects. I did dig out this little light table. Let me pull it where you can see it. We'll see if this is an old school light table. Let's see if it makes a difference. Not sure that it will, but we can give it a try, right? So just a little old school switch here. I kind of like my mat better, and it is meant for like weeding on for that dark background. So we'll see as we get to tighter areas if that will help us. So I've got these done here. But I thought I could make a card out of these maybe, right? These little pieces here. I could have saved the background on that one. Anything that seems to me with a white background on this vinyl is just really hard to work with. So I'm going to save that one. Alright, I'm going to go pull up my computer screen so I can see my original designs. That way I have a better idea how to weed this as easy as possible. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to get that out. That is so small right up in there. I may have to figure out a way to put it on there other than right there. It's real fine letters and it just doesn't want to come out nicely. Alright, we're just about there. One last letter. And I literally, it ended up pulling off, so now I'm going back and just retrieving each letter. And for some reason, it just did not cut well. Again, I have trouble when I have this white background versus, you know, a non-white background. There's something about that coating. So I'm just going to go, it's almost cut out, but not quite. So I'm just giving it a little bit of help. So when you have a tiny little piece like that, these tweezers again come in super handy. Help me get my hands in there, my scissors. All right, it's time to start pressing our little onesies. So for our material, as well as our glitter vinyl, and then what we're pressing on, I use the Cricut heat guide to give me an idea of what I should you know, how I should press this, and they recommended 330 for 30 seconds. I do like to press the front and the back just to help warm up the fabric, so I'll do that on each one prior to putting the decal on there. And just press, just give this a little press. Then we'll go straight into the gift bag from here. Okay. So I tend to like to put this about an inch down from the neck. Right? Inch, inch and a half, so somewhere right in here. I'm going to put them at an angle this time just to give them a little bit of interest there. And then I'm using parchment paper that I got from the Dollar Tree. That's what will cover up and protect everything here. It's just an extra safeguard. The other thing I do a little bit different is that I do the 30 seconds on the front side, and then I flip it over and I do 15 seconds on the back side. These will be for children, so they'll be worn quite a bit, you know, washed. So I think that kind of helps. I'm putting just a little bit of pressure on the machine. Alright, so here's our front side. The other thing that the guide will tell you is whether to remove your particular material when it's warm, or cool, or as it's cooling down, right? So there's like 3 different stages. So on our particular, we'll let it come down, but I wouldn't let it sit there overnight or anything like that. Haven't tried that just to see. I don't know if we have an issue pulling the decal off or not, but basically there it is. Isn't that cute? And then what we'll do is we'll just lay it to the side.
see if I got it. So what I did is I lost part of one of my E's. So all I did was put it back in place. All right. Alright, so there is the last one. I'll need to work on this letter here. So we've got a couple that we'll want to work on, but there we are. We've made great progress today. So if you do make a onesie, just keep in mind the fonts that are in your decal, right? Make your life a little easier. Oops. All right, so I'm going to go figure out which ones need a little something, and then I'll work on those, and then I'll give you a final picture of what they all look like. Well, here are our onesies. They're all done, ready to package up. I think they came out really cute. Advice that I would have when making onesies is pay special attention to the font in your decal, right? Because I did struggle with some of those letters because they were a very thin kind of font. But I think they came out really sweet. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like it, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting!